All right, so we back again. Starting rather early today. So today we got the we're gonna be tuning the EVO. I got a base map from Shinji early this morning. Right now I am going to go into the car, disconnect one of the wire harnesses from the ECU, and try to reconnect the wastegate duty cycle wire back into the ECU. And then finally get rid of all that extra crap from the Innovate LC1. Then we're gonna go into the engine bay, reconnect all of the hoses to the Grimspeed electronic boost control solenoid, and then grab some logs for Shinji. So yeah, I'm trying to get all of this done and hopefully have everything pretty much done and tuned, because later today we're gonna go to a JDM car meet. Really interested in seeing some other Japanese cars that are in and around Michigan. You know, a lot of the times all you see is Mustangs, Camaro, all the like American muscle car stuff, because you know this is the city for the big three. So yeah, without further ado, man, let's just get started. So whenever you are working with electronics, make sure you disconnect and keep the wires separate, so there's no chance of it touching, especially if you're dealing with the ECU. You don't want to break it or anything. So the ECU connector in mind. This one, as you can see, I still haven't cleaned it because I knew there was going to be some last minute stuff that I wanted to make sure I can diagnose if the logs are being weird or something. This is the connector in question. Where does this go? Hopefully that's for the Bluetooth sensor, but it's pretty much the last spot. I don't know if you guys can really see, but right here. So I'm gonna just disconnect the wire here and reconnect it. Bam, it's done. There's some solder here, solder a little bit closer to the interconnector, so I just kind of pieced together the two bigger gauge wire that they had there off of this harness. I mean, it should be fine. If it's not, then we'll just have to end up redoing that whole thing, but it should be fine. So now all we have to do is disconnect these two lines and connect them there into the Grimspeed boost controller. Put zip ties on there because I think this vacuum line isn't the right size. The Grimspeed boost controller solenoid comes with its own like Loma vacuum line, so I just didn't use it because this is already ran and I didn't feel like running everything else, so should be good. Now we just have to load the ROM and start her up. Right in the tune, let's see what happens. All right, time for the first start. Let's hit start on the data logger. Is this reading correctly? Yeah, shouldn't be anything. Shouldn't be getting a signal. I'm gonna stop and make sure if I click start, yeah, it just starts. Okay. So let's go for the first startup. Like it's logging correctly. Maybe not the wideband sensor. Is it a different serial? Serial port 7. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we got wideband readings. That looks pretty much like it's the same. So I guess that means we're good. So I'm gonna let it warm up, and then once it warms up, I'm gonna give it a 5-minute idle log, and then I'm going to get back with y'all with probably like some POV driving or something. So scroll these stuffs on. that big of a difference in driving between what was on here previously. But granted, this is the bass tone, and I'm really not, you know, doing anything too crazy. So, you know, partial throttle stuff, you know, low boost, maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, something like that. So I wouldn't think it would be too crazy, you know, now. But we still got a decent amount of time to go just drive around to get data for Shinji. So, you know, just taking notes on what I like and what I don't like. So that little hold on, let's see if I can do it right here. That little like stutter whenever we get into like right on the cusp of boost and then let out, that is gone, and I love that so much. That used to irritate my soul. So we're off to a great start with that for sure. It definitely feels good. You know, I thought it would feel a little bit more of a slouch, but it doesn't feel that much different. It doesn't feel like it's super detuned right now. I don't know, you know, what the bass file consists of, you know, what kind of values everything, you know, in the ROM are, but right now it definitely feels way better than what it felt like, you know, the previous tune on it. Yeah, I like that. Still got 10 minutes. Just give them a data point to see if it's gonna react correctly. I don't know if that was like boost cut or what, but it started to like it was almost like a flutter. I will say though, I don't know if it's the tuning or the electronic boost control solenoid, but this thing gets out of vacuum way sooner. It is way more responsive. I don't know if it's a combination of both or if it's just one thing, but it's on boost very, very fast. Somehow, so try to get back on. I don't know if you guys can see me. Hopefully you can. But yeah, we're just gonna look at a chart of the last, oh, I think it's this one, of all the data from the last 15-minute log before we should end up sending this to Shinji. What does some of the higher RPM? 13.2. That's probably with what kind of load though? Sheesh. Only 68. Yeah, it really didn't see any load, honestly. 121, that's about it. See if we got some proper wastegate duty cycle, because before, well, 63. Oh, well, of course. That's the correction, wastegate duty cycle here. So I'm getting an actual working wastegate. So this is really good because that means that wire that we reconnected to the ECU is actually working correctly, and we can, wrap it up in electrical tape and then just, put all that stuff back. First couple of watt pulls and see if everything is fine. So let's go. Alright, man, so be completely honest, this is like day 3. From what I can tell, Shinji is a pretty early riser. So all of my tunes have been at like 9 a.m. or something, and then I gotta go get data logs. Right now we're gonna do the 15-minute data log, and then we're gonna do some a watt pull in third from, I think he said 2500 to red line. The boost builds fine, but it just sounds weird, and I don't know if it's a turbo or what. Let me see if I can get a little bit of it right here. Explain it, but it's like some type of flutter for some reason. That right there. And Shinji pretty much said he didn't see anything in the logs that would indicate like a flutter. The car builds boost fine. It's something very weird about it, and I can't put my finger on what it is. We're gonna see if that actually like does anything. It sounds like it hasn't really done anything, but you know what? Let's drive on the circuit route. I will say, man, the car is felt, but even with that weird flutter sound, or surge or whatever, I really don't know what it is. I'm not familiar enough with EVOs and turbo cars to really know what's going on. I have seen on the Evolution M forum that Evo 8s, I think, are very prone to compressor surge. That's why a lot of the stock location turbos like the FP Red, FP Black actually have anti-surge ports. And some of the people that rebuild them aftermarket install anti-surge ports or compressor inlets. I'm not sure if that is what's going on. I don't know. Whenever we actually get into, doing a watt pull, we'll see what happens. But like I said, the car looks fine even with all that crap going on. Compressor surge is actually the little flutter that I hear off the blow-up valve, and I've been playing around with it, not knowing that is what compressor surge is, and that's actually dangerous for the turbo. You know, it can kind of blow out the seals in the turbo by doing that. I don't know. I don't think I'm really too like pressed about whether or not I'm doing it. The plan is next year to go like FP Red or something. Just try to get the car up to 500 horsepower. 500 horsepower on the stock or whatever long block this is. Maybe even 450, and just kind of be happy with that, because that's still a daily driver. Supposed to be like compressor surge. As cool as it sounds. It was so slow. That was so slow. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but wastegate, what is this? 68, 85, 100%. And then I gun it at, what is this? I guess it has like a threshold before. What is this actually? Oh yeah, I guess like 35% throttle. Little dip here is what's concerning me. Like what's going on here? It's like the wastegate is not acting correctly. There's all these, yeah, there's some weird stuff going on with the wastegate. The AFR looks, yeah, the AFR looks pretty clean all the way through. All the way down to like 10.0. I'm so confused, but let's just get this over to Genji and see what happens. I mean, Shinji.